Welcome to Leasehold Red Flags, a series of videos highlighting some of the problems and advantages of residential leasehold ownership in the UK. Our second red flag video in this series covers the issue of district heating systems. These heating and hot water systems are installed in many high-rise and large-scale blocks. With these systems, all hot water for heating and washing within the whole building is created by a central boiler unit and distributed on a continuous heating loop of pipework around the building. These collective heating systems can cause management issues, unfair costs, and maintenance problems for leaseholders. Let's look at the costs of running the heating system. In the first scenario, the supply of central heating and hot water is paid for within the service charge. In many buildings, the overall costs for running the boilers and consumption of gas or electricity supply is built into the service charge and paid centrally by the managing agents on behalf of all leaseholders. This system can mean that owners who do not occupy their apartment all year round are effectively paying a share of cost for heating and hot water which is not used. So, you will pay a charge for the system regardless of whether you are occupying the property or not. Conversely, there is no incentive for any occupier in the building to reduce energy consumption as they are not directly impacted by using the heating on a 24-hour basis or using as much hot water as they can. In the second scenario, the supply of heating and hot water is paid for by separate metering and billing of consumption in each apartment. Some blocks are built with a central district heating supply but with individual meters fitted to each apartment to monitor actual use of heating and hot water. This arrangement has the advantage that owners and occupiers only pay for the amount of heating and hot water actually used in their particular apartment. The disadvantage of this system is in the management time and resource needed to take meter readings and to calculate bills for individual apartments. This task is often outsourced to third-party companies to handle. There is also a credit control issue with chasing up late payments and an account reconciliation issue in ensuring that the total billing matches the costs incurred by the central boilers. The advantage of this system is that each owner is directly impacted by the amount of consumption in their apartment and therefore has an incentive to save energy. Another key problem with centralized district or communal heating systems is system failure. For example, a broken boiler unit or a failure of the distribution pumps or the main circulation pipework. If the system breaks down, then all apartments in the building lose heating and hot water supply. If the system failure is due to a major component, which takes days or weeks to fix, then this may leave occupiers vulnerable to cold and needing to find alternative heat and hot water sources. Property managers can guard against this problem with regular planned maintenance of the system and adequate life cycle planning for replacement of key elements of the system. However, significant failures can still occur, creating inconvenience for all occupiers. A further key problem is pipework failure or system leakage, which may have an impact in multiple apartments. Central heating systems need the correct amount of inhibitor fluid to circulate within the hot water pipes to prevent corrosion and pipework failure. If this inhibitor fluid is not kept at the correct level, then multiple pipework leaks can occur, causing extensive damage, often to multiple apartments at the same time. This will then result in multiple and expensive insurance claims and a subsequent increase in water damage excess in the insurance policy and increased annual premiums. Case study: Beetham Tower, Manchester. Beetham Tower in Manchester is a 47-storey block with 220 residential units in the upper half and the Hilton Deansgate Hotel in the lower half. In 2012, the residential half of the Beetham Tower suffered multiple failures of the district heating pipework, leading to around 25 to 30 water leaks throughout multiple apartments and subsequent insurance claims for water damage. Following a technical investigation, it was found that the extensive heating pipework supplying 220 units in a continuous loop was corroded in places due to bacterial growth in some stagnant areas or where air had not been bled from the radiators. In other words, the overall size of the pipework was too large to allow normal circulation of the heating water and effective operation of the inhibitor fluid, which is used in all heating systems to prevent corrosion. So the architect's original decision to install a district heating system has caused a long-term management, insurance and maintenance cost issue for the owners of the apartments. If the heating and hot water supply had been designed with electric panel radiators and direct instant hot water, each apartment could have operated their heating and water separately without interconnected hot water pipes running between 220 apartments. Simpler system design. A simpler system for apartment design is to have a heating and hot water system based on electric heating in each apartment. The hot water is heated directly by instant flow hot water heaters whenever it is needed, i.e. for showers, baths, washing up. The heating is provided by electric panel radiators, giving each occupier complete control over the use and costs of the heating. A minor disadvantage of this design is that the electrical cabling for the instant hot water heaters needs to be high capacity at around 9 kilowatts. Conclusion. Prospective buyers of leasehold apartments are advised to check the operation, billing and maintenance records of the district or communal heating system if possible. Speak to other occupiers and the managing agents to determine any key issues with the district heating system and history of any system failures. Check social media groups to see if there are any comments or complaints about the heating system within the building. Ensure that the billing system is transparent based on actual consumption by each individual apartment. Ensure that prices paid for gas and electricity supplied to the main boilers is at a fair market price as far as possible. Check the billing breakdown for the price per unit of consumption to ensure that the pro rata price is reasonable, and 2. Establish if there are any unreasonable hidden charges for system administration or any price markups on the bulk supply of gas or electricity to the building. Thank you for watching this Leasehold Red Flags presentation. Please feel free to email if you have any specific queries or, if you would like a PDF copy of this presentation. Click subscribe and notifications to see more videos from the UK Real Estate channel.